Okay, I think we're live. Let's just check that all the things. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. Nice. So, hello everybody, and well, after the disastrous end to our last civilization, I thought we'll start a whole new season and a whole new world. Because with even if I'd have set up a new fortress in our last world, we couldn't have reused some of the characters, because people like Bernie Bear and Tammy and they would have existed in the world, and I thought it'd be nice if we could bring along some of those characters to our new place. And also it meant that I could be a bit more specific about the map, because when I started streaming our last season, it was for a New Year's Eve stream, and I wasn't really planning on having a long streaming session, but yeah, I've come to realise that Dwarf Fortress is going to be a long running series on my channel. So I thought we'll set up a world that's suitable for that. So what's different about this world is, for one thing, I've turned off aquifers. There are no aquifers anywhere on the map, which means that as dwarves we need to be able to tunnel down, and we won't hit the problem that there's a place which might look like somewhere that we want to go. If we want to reclaim a ruin or something like that in the future, we won't be put off by the fact that there might be an aquifer there. So turning off aquifers just means that it's a world suitable for dwarves. And I've also, because I really enjoyed playing that last map where we were on top of an iron mountain, so what I've done is to turn up the frequency of the minerals and the ores in the earth, which means less stone. So that would be like what we had on the last map. Everywhere we dig, we should be hitting something at some point, but then so should everybody else. So we'll all have the same benefits that I had on the last map. And again, if we decide to set up a fortress here and then we leave it to its own devices and go and set up another fortress, we won't be leaving behind a place that was spectacularly wonderful. We'd be likely going to another place that would also be spectacularly wonderful. So I've been having a look around this world. Now, I have downloaded all of the information, so we could actually go and have a look at the legends, but I'm not going to go into it at this point. I haven't looked. I don't know what's going on. But I thought it's at some point we might want to have a look and see whether some of my presumptions are right about it. So I've selected our starting location here. And it's a very interesting place. Apart from having sand, clay, very deep soil, we've got multiple shallow metals, multiple deep metals, and a fluxstone layer. So it's absolutely perfect. Woodland trees, so there'll be lots of trees, but it won't be quite as forested. I think our last place was heavily forested. We will have to watch that if wood is our only source of fuel. We will have to watch that we don't run out. Temperature is warm, so things won't freeze too fast, and we are right near the ocean, so I think that little square there is actually going to be sea. I'm actually quite hoping so, because if we want to build moats or anything, that little corner there might be our only source of water. But let's just have a look at the civilizations that are around here. So our neighbours, dwarves, goblins, are at war. We're at war with the goblins from the start. We're early in the Age of Myth. I think we are in about year 100, so it's a very short history. Civilizations are not very well developed, but there will be a lot of mythical beasts around. And somewhere there is a tower. Now, we are part of the Knife of Prestige, and if I cycle through these, you'll be able to see them flash on the world map on this side. So if we look, the manner of racing are dwarves down here, the tools of liberty are up here, and let's just go back. The Knife of Prestige. So the people in blue here, this is our home civilization. Now, what I see here is, and I've been up and had a look at this place, and this is a dwarven ruin, and it's a tiny, tiny little tower of a place. And that's quite interesting because somewhere in this district here is a necromancer tower, and I can't see it. There isn't any necromancer tower marked, but we know there's one close by, and just by checking around where the reach of the necromancer was, it's somewhere in this district here. So I think what's happened is that this was a dwarven civilization of the Knife of Prestige, and I think they've been attacked and taken over by a necromancer, and the necromancer may have set up in that tower there. So I imagine that the Knife of Prestige has set out to try and establish a midpoint between us and our allies to the south. So we are about halfway between them and them. I've moved us just over to this. It's a little peninsula, which will help to protect us a little bit, because all of this land here is all sinister. We can expect, I mean, we are like half a day's travel, half a day's stumble for any passing reanimated corpses. So we can expect a lot of fun in this area, and fun quite quickly. There is goblins just up there, as opposed to much closer. I think there's a little goblin settlement there, a few up here, and the roads do bring them down to this abandoned settlement here. So whilst they do have a lot of targets, we're not very far away from them at all. They are considered our neighbours, but between the goblins and us is this sinister land here. So yeah, I'm expecting some fun, and some fun quite quickly. We do need to bear that in mind as we're setting up. So I'll need to pretty rapidly get our dwarves ready to defend themselves against anything that might come. I can't quite take my time as I did in the first stream. So with that in mind, I think it's time we embarked. Is there anything else I want to show you first? This shows how slopey our little area is. So for those who are not familiar with the world map of Dwarf Fortress, this is the whole world. This is zoomed in on the region, and that the flashing X, that tile, is this local tile, and this is our area here. So we're playing that small area on this tile in this world. Let's embark. Yes, we've chosen quite a large area. That's mainly so that there's plenty of trees. Let's go. Now, I do want to prepare carefully. And this might take a little while, so what I'll probably do is I'll get through prepare carefully, and then before we actually embark, I will start and stop the stream. So if you're watching the video later on, if you just want to get to the point where we are actually going, you could skip to the next video. But let's prepare. So here's our dwarves. Now, I'm going to have a look at these dwarves because, like I say, we do need to be a little careful. I want to make sure that we are good to go pretty fast. So let's have a look at some of their traits, and I'll zoom in so that you guys can see this too. I think so. A bit big. About there. Let's view again. Okay, so I want to find somebody who has good traits for military. I want to take with us 2 military dwarfs, and the main thing I'm looking for is how they will cope with stress. So let's see. For anything which says that he, yes, it's a he, has a high or low stress tendencies. negative view about things isn't wonderful. The fact that he finds friendship burdensome and he dreams of mastering a skill rather than forming a family, well, that's a good thing. He's not distracted after being away from family, so that's not a problem. Quick to heal and strong, flimsy and extremely quick to tire. I'm not worried about that. Has the ability to focus and ability to read emotions fairly well. Okay. So I think we shall make this person our one of our military guys. Yeah. Can't see anything. Although prefers everyone to live as harmoniously as possible. Specs commerce. Well, he's definitely a possibility. Let's have a look at the next one. Right, she. Forming lifelong attachments even if they aren't reciprocated. High energy, kinetic place, slow to trust others, acts with compassion, hangs on to angry, quick to anger, likes to brawl. Not somebody we want in our military. Yeah, so what would we do with her? I mean, someone who likes to brawl is pretty good to put as a minor, just to keep him away from people, especially in the early days. Poor analytical, poor anything. Right, so we certainly don't want her to be the trader either. Let's have a look at Tekard. Strong and tough, that's good. Right, let's have a look at him. Person who thinks friendship is important, sees working hard as a foolish waste of time, finds romance distasteful and respects the law, dreams of mastering a skill. Let's see, easily moved to mercy, often sad and dejected. This is not somebody, often nervous. Yeah, we don't want this guy in our military. Let's see, just try to get anything else that he would be good at. How is his... Could be that this guy might be a good trader. At least there's nothing against him. The fact that he's okay with people of different appearances or cultures means that he'd be better trading with elves than somebody who isn't. He dislikes the natural world, so we certainly don't want him in the outdoors jobs. But yeah, he could make a trader. Let's see, Catton. She's incredibly tough but susceptible to disease. Great deal of patience, empathy, creativity, good intuition and willpower, but questionable spatial sense. Let's have a look. Dreams of raising a family. Personally sees life as unfair and doesn't mind it that way. Doesn't really value merrymaking. She often offers help and gifts without feeling particularly grateful. Oh, she takes offered help and gift, right? See? Thinks before acting, tends to ask others for help with difficult decisions, doesn't handle stress well. Okay, so definitely not military. Dreams of raising a family, so again, we want to keep her out the military. Anything that would be good for them? Fearful in the face of imminent danger. Hopeful about the future, envious of others. Oh, finds helping others emotionally rewarding. So she could actually be a good doctor then. Yeah, okay, right. That's a good find. So before I forget, I'm going to make her our doctor. So I just want to bring a couple of skills off the base level. Because nobody wants to be treated by someone who has absolutely no skill levels whatsoever. So we want to... I'm going to give her adequate diagnostician, and we'll just take everything else off the ground. A wound dresser as well. There we go. We've got somebody with us now who can just do some basics. Let's have a look at Eshton. Tough and agile. She personally does not respect the law, views loyalty unfavourably, and does not care about family one way or the other. She dreams of mastering a skill. Well, that's pretty good for someone in the military. Relentless drive, completely consumed by ambition. Dyed-in-the-wool quarreller, never missing the chance to lash out in verbal hostility. Avoids exciting or stressful situations. Okay, probably not. And our last person views decorum as a high ideal and is deeply offended by those that fail to maintain it and sees power over others as something to strive for. Dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. Single-minded, likes to keep things practical without delving too deeply into the abstract. Little wasteful on projects. Prefers to present himself modestly. Small mess with his, but doesn't handle stress well. Okay, so he's not military either. So it looks like our best military person was Domas. Just have a quick look at him. There was nothing that said he wasn't. So other than he likes everyone to live harmoniously, there was nothing. He seems all right with stress. There's nothing that sort of that said that counted against him. So, and he's quick to heal and he's strong. So I think we'll make this guy our hammer dwarf. So that's up here a little. So he's gonna be our hammer dwarf, and I'm gonna make him an adequate hammerman. Wouldn't mind giving him a bit of armour use as well, but maybe we can just get him attacking wild beasts. We'll see. I'll think about that. So, who is our second best? Is it Tekut? Easily falls in love is a bad thing. It means that he could quite easily get married. Strong and tough. He's the one who's comfortable with others that have a different appearance or culture, but there's nothing about him that says that he would be bad in the military. So I think I'm gonna make him our crossbowman. So we shall make him our adequate crossbowman. Right. Next, so out of the others, we want a trader and a miner. So, weak, quick to tire, and very slow to heal. Good memory, poor analytical skills, poor empathy. Right, definitely not the trader. Likes to brawl and isn't particularly ambitious. She's not really very good for anything, to be truthful. What about you? Oh, good empathy, good creativity, good intuition, and willpower. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna make her our trader. So we want some skills in appraising and judge of intent. So just a little bit of judge of intent, adequate will do, and an adequate appraiser. Okay. So the only other thing that we definitely want is to give actually a couple of people some mining skills, just so that we will get going fast. Tough and agile. So as long as they're not slow to tire. Yeah, quarreler. So yeah, you would be a good miner. Let's get you across, give you some mining skills. So just get them off the bottom. And you, let's have a look at you. Quick to heal, flimsy and clumsy. Yeah, I think we'll probably him. Likes working outdoors though. So we might make him our woodcutter rather than our miner. Alright, that's what we'll do. So we're going to make you our miner. Yeah, so other than the fact that you get tired quickly. And then Muthcat can be our woodcutter. Alright. I'm not going to put any skills in woodcutter then. So what do we want? Let's see what we can get rid of first. I'm not going to take any rock nuts. So we'll get those points back. Not going to take any dimple cups. We'll buy some of those at some point. I'm not going to take any cave fish. We've only got one archer, so we only need one quiver. I'm going to get rid of all of the buckets. I'm always tempted to keep one. We'll see if we need the points. Get rid of the splints and the crutches and the wheelbarrow and the step ladder, because we can make those as soon as we get there. In fact, we can make a bucket as soon as we get there. We've got ale, wine and rum. I would like to take a little bit more of everything with us. So let's have a look what we've got here. 2 copper picks, that will do for mining, and 1 copper battle axe, which will do for our woodcutter. Yeah, so we'll just up the levels of the drinks so that we don't need to worry about brewing anything too quickly. And I'm definitely going to take more plump helmet spawn. I want 15 of those. And I want 15 pigtail seeds. And we'll see what else we've got in the area. Don't want cave wheat seeds or sweet pod seeds. We'll take a bit of thread and a bit of cloth. The bags might come in useful, and the ropes I probably won't get round to making anything for too long, so that will be quite handy. Right, let's see what we're going to add. So first of all, I'm going to add some weapons, and I want to add a silver warhammer. And I want to add crossbows. Now a steel crossbow is extremely expensive, a bronze crossbow, it's whether we go copper or bronze. Is it really worth going bronze? I think we'll keep the points and we'll go copper. and I am going to take a little bit of ammunition. I don't usually, but we could well have fun quite soon. So we'll just take some copper bolts with us, I think. Just so that, because I'll be making wooden bolts pretty quickly, but let's just make sure that we've got enough to kill something that wanders onto the map to cause us trouble. Just to deal with any fun that we get pretty quickly. So that's the essentials. I think as long as we've got that lot. I'm always tempted to get rid of an iron anvil and buy one, but you never know. If we hit metal quickly, we might be able to get into metalworking quickly enough that we want it straight away. Let's look at animals. So we definitely want, I would like 2 female dogs and a male dog, 2 female cats and a male cat. Now I think we're going to go chickens rather than, sorry, I think we're going to go turkeys rather than chickens this time. I liked going with sheep last time, so let's go for, that's how we're doing for points, we're fine. So a couple of ewes and a ram. And let's go get ourselves some turkeys. So I want, we'll go 5 breeding turkey hens and a turkey gobbler. Now, rather than taking extra meat with us, I'm just going to take a pile of turkeys instead. Just at the points. Do I take an extra ewe? No, I think we'll just take a whole bunch of turkeys to make up for the fact that we've not brought as much, like all those cave fish that we got rid of that we're not going to be eating. We'll bring a load of extra turkeys instead. So from them we get meat, we get bones and turkey leather. So we've brought a whole bunch of turkeys. That leaves us with 3 points. What shall we bring for 3 points? Could bring maybe just an extra bit of rum and maybe 1 extra plump helmet spawn. So there we go. We are ready to embark. Let's do that, and then we'll pause it, and I'll start a new episode, a new session, as soon as we get to our new place. So, right, embark.
This will be our new home.
Okay, someone's very enthusiastic about our new home. Right, at this point, I'm gonna start and stop the stream, and we'll have a look at our new place in a new session. So thanks for joining me so far. See you shortly.